Hey guys, Rox here. It is almost 300 subscribers, imagine that. So we're finally getting there. And I know it took us a little bit, but we're moving. We still got so much more to go. You know, I'm gonna keep going as far as it'll go. So anyways, point of this video today will be, let's talk about why I'm doing the things I'm doing to my bike. I know I told you what I have done to it, but I haven't really talked about why I'm doing it, all right? So let's just get straight into it. So I'll quickly go over the mods that I have right now, and then I'll tell you the reasons why, I went with the specific setup that I went with, because I know it's a little bit confusing for some of y'all, and others would be like, well, that's fucking pointless. Well, it really depends on how you want your bike set up and what you want your bike to do. This bike is actually designed for the track. That's what it does, right? But I'm making it do something that it's not designed for, so I have to build it that way. So let's get right into it. Real quickly, what do we have? We have Brock straps. These straps, you pull the front end down and basically, I don't know if y'all can see my 3 fingers right there, but basically it gives you, helps you not wheelie as much. It basically compresses the front, what's it called, down? The front forks. Anyways, so that helps with wheeling. And also the other thing I have to help with wheeling is, I don't know if y'all can see it really well, y'all can probably see with a bright ass light, but there's a screw right here. This screw is adjustable, and this is an adjustable link. This also lowers the bike, and that also helps with wheeling, but also allows you to accelerate harder earlier. As you can see, we have it lowered on the front and the back about 2 inches. So that's what that is used for. The LEDs are just kind of because I like them, but it saved my ass yesterday or the day before because it was really foggy, and this allowed me to be seen way further away than if it was just my headlights. You can see me from behind and in the front, so that really helps. We bought a swing arm. It's not here yet. There's 2 different versions you can get. You can get ones that attach right here and come out this way, or you can get a full swing arm, which lowers the weight of the bike, which is what I wanted. So we got a full swing arm. It's going to be the same color. It's just longer, and it has a nitrous bracket on it. And that's for later on. But when you buy a swing arm, you have to get a longer brake line, and this is the ABS brake. So I had to get a ABS brake line that's longer. Had to get a new sprocket and a new chain. So we're bringing the bike back probably, well, it's a 4 to 6, but we're probably going to go like 4.5. We want it to be flush with this, I think, or with the Honda right here. So either right here or right here is where we want the center of the tire to be, I'm thinking. Basically, we're trying to lower traction on the tire. So instead of it wheeling, like coming straight up, we want it to just go straight fast. Like, we want to be able to pin it in first and just go. A lot of what I do is in a straight line. I don't do any leaning or anything. This bike is not set up for track, especially after I put a swing arm on it. It's going to be horrible for track. It's going to feel like a slug, basically. Like, you're not going to be able to lean it or anything. And that's just, especially if it's strapped. If it's strapped, you can't even turn the handlebars. Like, the handlebars become basically planted forward, and you're just going straight. You can turn and lean a little bit, but it's not as good as if it was just standard. So we got a race filter. It's a K&N. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a BMC or a what was the other one? The Sprint filter, but that's fine. The K&N does fine. There's also a pyramid type that's supposed to be really good in these. So we'll check the dyno numbers on that and see if it's actually worth using. For now, I don't believe it is, but it's probably so negligible. You know what I mean? It probably doesn't even matter. I got heated grips because it's cold for about 3 months out of the year here. So that kind of helps. Those are not standard. They cost about $50. We got an ECU tune. The ECU is tuned by my friend Paul. I believe it's KCS Solutions. Trust me, if you have a Fireblade, if you have this 2017 to 2019 Fireblade, and probably even the earlier ones, you want to get a hold of this dude. This guy will make your bike what it's supposed to be. People think this bike has engine work done to it because it's so much faster than it comes standard, and a lot of people don't expect how fast this bike is. This bike is a lot faster than you expect. So the tune is a big part of it. There is other people that tune this bike, but let me tell you, I'm going to tell you guys straight up, there is nothing that compares to Paul's tune. I hate to say it. More Mafia, like, I love that guy. He's really good. He's obviously amazing at Suzuki's, Kawasaki's, all that. He hasn't figured out the Honda yet. He's only getting 20 horsepower, from stock. And if you just remove the restrictions, left the airbox restrictions in, all that stuff, it would make the 20 horsepower before you tune it. If you just take the EU, ECU, and put it in here, like if you just copy the maps over. So that should tell you something. This bike has way more power than most of the tuners are even capable of pulling out of it. They don't even know. Like they don't know like the little things like the air boxes being blocked off so you're losing air coming in and stuff like that. Anyways, so we got that. That's basically the main things. I went with Vortex sprockets. I have a 43 in the back and a 16 in the front. That is stock. And it's a 525 chain, 525 pitch on all that stuff. And we're going with the same pitch and everything because this makes enough power at the rear wheel where you don't want to use a 520 in my opinion. You probably will snap a 520 in half on this. I don't trust it, so I'd rather be going with what Honda actually uses. Anyways, that being said, if you do lower your bike, you need an adjustable kickstand because what will happen is your stock kickstand will keep the bike standing straight up, so if even like the gentlest breeze hits, your bike will fall over. Terrible thing to have happen. I removed the rear, whatever you want to call it, scorpion tail thing that looks kind of like that one on my 650. See, I removed this. And no turn signals or anything like that. We don't got turn signals. So instead we have a integrated one right here. So we're using that. Anyways, so that's what we got out of that. New tires. I'm going to have to change tires to a softer compound. That means these tires will get ate a little bit faster, but that doesn't matter, all right? You probably will get like 4,000 miles out of these. The ones I'm going to are probably like 3,000, but it's a softer material, which means it will grab a little bit better. And since we're stretching it out, these are a little bit too hard of a compound to not just slide and spin out. So very possible that we're going to a Q4 for the tire. Now, the main thing. Why was I doing this? Because all I do is in a straight line, guys. Like, Hondas are, the way they're designed, they dominate tracks, right? Like, that's what they do. That's what they're good for. They were designed around that idea. They were designed about driver rideability and, the feel, and it's very nimble. It feels like a 600, but it's 1,000. When you have it tuned, it feels like a 600 that's just 1,000. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. This thing feels lighter than my ZX6R that I originally had. I don't know if y'all remember that bike and that orange ZX6R. This bike is lighter. It doesn't just feel lighter, is lighter, and is way faster. Like, it's a night and day difference. Especially when you hit like 160 to 180. Like, you can feel the difference like immediately. The ZX6R dies at like 160. That's just the way it is. You can probably push a little bit more than that, but this one just keeps going. I haven't even come close to hitting the top of what this bike can do yet. There's nowhere that I feel comfortable enough doing it. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to kind of go over that real quick because I know some of y'all have questions, and I get these questions all the time, and I just wanted to kind of address that real quick. This bike is not being designed for the track. You wouldn't stretch it, you wouldn't lower it, you wouldn't get straps on it if you were using it for a track, right? This is not used for that. You could, however, put this on a drag racing strip. That's basically how it's being set up. It's more for roll racing from 60 to 160 or whatever the fuck you want to do, and it's pretty damn good at that, I can promise you. Anyways, guys. Thank y'all for all y'all's support. We're about to hit 300 subscribers, which is fucking awesome. I didn't even think I'd get 10, to be honest. If you're new here, consider subscribing. We're going to keep putting out more and more videos. We got plenty of content coming in. My computer should be here on Tuesday. Unfortunately, the cold froze over everything. I don't know if y'all saw what happened in Dallas. Well, guess what? That's where my computer is right now. It's in Dallas, Fort Worth. So obviously it's not going to get here anytime soon, so I have to work with my phone. So we're going to get a couple more of these regular like POV videos of me talking. Anyways, leave a like, comment if you hated it. Also tell me why you hated it, because, you know, I don't really mind. So I'll see y'all in the next one.